right? I'm the Buddha. You know, this is what a real man looks like. Like, does this look weird? Do I look weird, guys? What up? It's Ilya, and today we're gonna talk about confidence. Me and my girlfriend were walking, and we did like go-karting, and she won this doll, right? For go-karting, I have it right here. And she was like a little bit insecure about walking with the doll, because she's like, I'm kind of dressed in like all white and pink, and I have this like pink doll, and people are gonna think that like I just walk with a doll everywhere that I go, and that's weird, right? And so I told her like, okay, here we go, master class on confidence, right? And so I have a couple examples for you, right? So the first thing I want you to remember is I want you to think of the things that you're insecure about right now. So imagine you're about to go meet some people and you start being insecure. Is my hair okay? Did I wear the right outfit, right? How do I look? Checking in the mirror. Oh, I look a little bit too fat, right? Or like I have acne or whatever, right? Think of the insecurities that you have, and I want you to actually highlight them and own them. That's the first lesson. Highlight and own your insecurities. So what do I mean by that? I have a couple examples. So example number one, I have some notes here. I remember I used to be 275 pounds. So that's about 130, 140 kilograms, if the math is right, which is probably not, but that's okay. And I remember going out and meeting people. I had this challenge that I would go and meet people every day. And literally I was so fat, and I had this big beard too, right? That I would go out, and some people, like most people were nice, they wouldn't say anything, but some people would literally be like, damn bro, you like ate some, McDonald's today, or what, what's going on? Time to cut. And I'd be like, put your hand on my stomach, and they'd do it, and I'd be like, oh, right? I'm the Buddha. So literally I would own that, the thing that I was insecure about so much that people would be like, what the hell, dude? And I'd be like, so what's up, And then people wouldn't care. They would literally stop caring, because people don't care as long as you don't care. If you don't care, people don't care, right? So that's the first thing. Another example is one time I was coming home from shopping, and this was on the same time. I was about the same weight. I was much bigger than I am now. And I had this challenge where I had to go meet people every day. And so I had these shopping bags. I had like groceries and clothes that I bought. I was coming home in Capitol Hill, and there was a really nice, classy bar. And I was like, you know what? I haven't met anybody today. Time to go in the bar. And I literally went in the bar. Like, people were dressed super nice. They had like nice outfits on. I'm like sweaty, big beard, hella fat, not dressed at all for the occasion. And I got these like freaking shopping bags. I just go up and start talking to people like, hey, how you doing? And literally people didn't care at all. And I was like, whoa, that's weird. I thought they would like be different or be like, why are you talking to me? People literally didn't care. They just treated me normally like they always do. And that's when I realized, because before what I would do, do you relate to this? When I would go out at night to talk to people, I literally had my going out outfit. So I'd have like the right pants that I would wear and the right shirt that I would wear that would make me look the least fat possible. And I'd be like, this is my going out uniform. And I feel confident when I wear this because it makes me look slimmer than I am, right? And so you feel more confident when you do that. And I literally wouldn't talk to people if I didn't have my going out outfit on. But the thing is when I did that experiment with the shopping bags and I realized that people treated me exactly the same, I'm like, oh, it's not the outfit, it's the confidence inside that the outfit made me feel. That's what people are responding to. And then I tried testing it even further. I'm like, what if I go up to people and talk to them without even saying anything? Because that was the next thing I was insecure about is, am I saying the right thing? What's the right thing to say? Hey, how's it going? I like your shoes. Like, what do I say when I meet people I don't know, right? That'll make them be like, oh, hey, he seems like a generally nice person. And what I realize is it doesn't actually matter what you're saying. It's the way you feel underneath. So literally I would go up and I wouldn't even say anything to people. Like, I would just be like, and people would be like, hi. And I'd be like, and they'd be like, what's up? And I'd be like, and they'd be like, what are you doing here? Who are you? And I'd be like, and people would be like, ah, well, you're crazy, right? And they would literally get this like awesome reaction. I would start like having fun with them without even saying anything, because it wasn't the things I was saying. It wasn't the way that I looked. It was something deeper inside of me. It was who I am. And I'm like, oh, that was like a crazy realization I had, right? And so literally after I did all those experiments, I was like, okay, so it's actually about, you have to own your insecurities, right? And so with this doll, right? So Kik had the doll, and I was like, hey, how about you like, imagine Beyonce had this doll. Like, imagine Beyonce was out walking with the doll like this. What would people say about her? Would they be like, I don't know about the doll? Maybe some people would, but I guarantee you a lot of people, they'd be like, damn, maybe I need to get a doll. Like, where do I get one of those dolls? The dolls would probably be sold out because people would be like, that's the cool thing now. And that's when I realized that, like, it's actually not the thing, it's how confident you feel with the thing. And the more ridiculous the thing, actually the better, right? So for example, look at my shoes right now, right? A lot of people have told me things like, those are some clown shoes, bro. Like, cool shoes, bro, you're like an adult man and you have these like teenager, like basketball shoes on, like, cool story, bro, right? And they would totally clown me on my shoes. But because I own it, and because I'm like, yep, got the McChickens on. They call these Yeezys the McChickens because they look like they have the same colors in the McDonald's McChicken wrapper. They're like, yeah, I got my McChickens, you know, got my clown shoes, gotta go do some clown shit. People would literally like be like, damn, those shoes are dope. Some people would literally be like, damn, is that what the cool people are wearing now? Shit, maybe I need to, like, my boring $1,000 leather shoes are like just like not even cool anymore. Like, that's the cool shit. That's what cool people are wearing, right? So literally, if you own your insecurities, it becomes the thing that people are like, wow, maybe that's the cool thing. Like, another thing I used to do when I was super fat is I would just be like, yeah, it's the cool thing to do. I'd be like, look at you, fucking skinny ass boy. Like, you look like a woman, right? You got no muscle, you got no fat. You would die in a zombie apocalypse. Me? Man, I got calories for days. I could survive. I could do like a 3-month fast. I'll be fine. You know, this is what a real man looks like. Matter of fact, you know what? Eating competition right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd be like, this is what girls like, because it's a dad bod. It reminds them of their dad. You know what I'm saying? This is what you want right here. You want to be chubby. You want to have the dad bod. Get all the girls with the daddy issues. Those are the hottest ones, right? So I literally mind screwed myself, and I'm censoring my talk right here for YouTube, but literally I'd mind screwed myself into being like, no, this is good. The thing I was most insecure about, I highlighted it, and I'm like, this is what makes me cool. So for Kick, when she was like a little bit worried about like walking around this, what are people gonna think? I'm like, let me hold it. I'll make it look cool. I'll make people be like, damn, that's kind of dope. Like, why does he have that? Maybe I need one, right? You literally have to own the things you're insecure about, and then people would be like, damn, that's actually dope, because they can pull it off. That person can pull it off, right? They're so cool, they can pull it off. Another example is I used to do this experiment where I would stand really weird. There's actually a good Louis C.K. bit about it where he'd be like, you know how people stand like this? He's like, I like just standing a little bit like that. Just make it look a little weird. And I actually loved that bit so much that I started doing that. So I'd go out to the club or the bar and I would just stand like just a little bit too high and just like talk normally. I'd be like, hey, what's up, man? How you doing? Cool, cool, cool. And literally people would just be like, all right, because I owned it. I wasn't like, does this look weird? Do I look weird, guys? No, I just owned it, right? So again, highlight your insecurities. Don't be like the person that's like, oh, are they gonna see my fat? Are they gonna see the rolls underneath my shirt, right? Are they gonna see the doll? No, like, have it proudly out. Be like, yeah, I got the doll, what's up? I bet you want one now too, huh? Too bad they're sold out, right? Like, you wanna highlight your insecurities. That's part one. Part two, have a strong frame. Now, I'm obviously showing rather than telling here about having a strong frame, but I want to give a couple examples. Regardless of what you think about the past former president of the United States, President Trump, there's really good examples of him having a really, really strong frame. For example, do you remember seeing on the news where he was like, his opponent, they'd be having a debate, right? And his opponent would be like, you know, you said all these really bad things, and that's very unprofessional, and that is not, it's unbecoming of a president to say things like that. And he would just look at him and he'd be like, loser.
Well, Rosie's a loser. She's always been a loser.
And the person would be like, what? That's not presidential to say things like that. This guy's ridiculous. And he'd just be like, loser. And people would be like, oh my God, my pearls, my stars, right? Like, because he had such a strong frame, even though the other guy was right, people were siding with him because they're like, damn, this guy has balls. Like, he's literally just saying, like, loser, right? Like, holy shit, this is crazy, right? So another time he actually like called a bunch of women fat, and then some female reporter was like, hey, you called a bunch of women fat. What do you have to say about that? And he's like waiting for people to calm down. He's like, only Rosie O'Donnell, which if you're not from the US, she's like a really like fat person on TV. And everybody was like, ah, oh my God, this is crazy, right? Strong frame. He's not apologizing. He's doubling down on it, right? Another example is like, they were like, what are you gonna do about all the illegal immigrants? He's like, we're gonna build a wall. And people are like, who's gonna build a wall? We're gonna build it. Okay, but who's gonna pay for the wall? They will pay. People are like, yeah, but they're not gonna wanna pay. They will pay. They literally don't have the money to pay in their bank account. They absolutely cannot pay. They will pay, right? So he just had such a strong frame that all these people that voted for him were like, yeah, he said they will pay, right? It doesn't matter what the facts are. We are evolutionarily programmed to listen to people that have super high confidence and are super sure about what they're saying. That's why you don't see me right now being like, well, actually, now that I think about it, maybe there's another way to think about this. Like, I'm sure there is. I'm sure there's counterexamples to all this. But the point is, this is what I've learned through actually doing this stuff. I'm not some keyboard warrior that's like, here's what I think being confident should be. You're talking to somebody that's spent literally over a decade in the field, and this is what I've come up with. So a couple other funny examples while we're on the topic. Do you remember when people would call Trump's hair fake? They'd be like, that's a toupee. And he'd be like, it's real. And they'd be like, that's clearly a toupee. It's obviously a toupee. He'd be like, it's real, right? So he never apologizes. He never goes back on what he says. He has a really strong frame. Now, caveat, don't do this with your friends and family. I want to be really strict, like serious about this, okay? Pay attention to this. Don't do this with your close friends and family. Be normal. Like, you don't see me, when I come off of this like soapbox I'm standing on and I stop doing presentation mode Ilya, I go back to like, hey, what's up? Like normal Ilya, right? You don't want to beat Trump with your family and friends. But if you're presenting, if you're selling, if you're making a video that maybe millions of people are going to watch, or like 3 people are going to watch like this video, right? You want to actually have that super, super confident thing and have a strong frame, right? So don't do it with friends and family. But again, if you're presenting, people are going to be wired to listen to what you're saying if you present it in this way. Another person, Michael Saylor, when he talks about Bitcoin, you notice he's not saying like, well, you know, there's other assets that could also be a good store of value, but I think Bitcoin's the best one. No, he's like, Bitcoin is the best, right? He's like, there is no second best. What's the second best crypto asset, Michael Saylor? There is no second best. You see how certain he is? He's a really, really smart dude. This is an MIT rocket scientist. Of course, when he's not presenting, he's probably like, well, actually, let me weigh the pros and cons and let me look at the ratios and the chances and the risk assessment. But when he's presenting, there is no ambiguity. There is no gray area. This is the way it is.
Bitcoin's the best crypto asset. Okay, what's the second best? There is no second best. There's no second best crypto asset.
Right? He's piercing through the fog that people have where they're like, whoa, what's going on? They have a billion things coming at them. He's going, this is the thing you need to pay attention to. And if you don't, it's going to hurt. And they're like, whoa, I need to pay attention to this, right? So again, just to wrap up, a couple things here. First thing, have confidence. Highlight your insecurities. Don't be the person that's like, hope they don't see me. No. Highlight them. Remember, Buddha belly, right? And like, as I'm talking louder and louder. People are like standing and watching. It's fine, right? Highlight your insecurities. And number 2, have a strong frame, okay? So I hope you learned a lot. See you in the next one. Peace. So now that I made the video, Kik feels a lot better about her doll, and she's gonna show everybody. And now, paradoxically, she's gonna be carrying this doll everywhere as a reminder, right? To be confident. And it's funny because the thing she was scared about is actually going to be true now. She's literally going to have the doll everywhere, right? Right? All right, cool. See you guys later. Peace. Damn, look at that doll, girl. Bam. Confidence. Show me the confidence face. All right, let's go.